Hey yo, good morning, fam, and welcome back to another episode of Our Power with yours truly, Smooth Dre. Alright, the way things work is that I'll present with a topic and a brief description, and then you guys can jump into the comments section to express any views you may have, start conversations, or even pose questions while we work together to keep this thing going and answer these questions as a team as we keep on building this community. You know what I mean? So remember to subscribe, like, and share. Alright? First of all, I'd like to say good morning and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Um, we should be thankful all year round, but this is the one day we celebrate it with a big feast with family and friends, and loved ones. You know, it's a special day where everybody comes together and eat a lot. Uh, Kids might go to a movie, watch a movie these days at home, and just chill out and be safe. Good morning, Cecilia. Happy Thanksgiving, she says to everyone. Same to you, Cecilia. Don't eat too much. All right, that really means eat a lot. All right, so check this out. Today is our um Thursday's delicate letter, and I'm going to be reading that new letter later on in this segment. But first of all, I find it fitting for a day like this, Thanksgiving Day, for me to really get out of myself and think of some ways that I could help others today. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had a pretty good year. Blessed, full of gratitude. And I thought that it would be cool if we all just shot some ideas out there how we could get out there and help another person, out in the community or right at home or however. So I just wanted y'all to think about it and, shoot some ideas, some things we could do out here to help others on this Thanksgiving Day. All right. So, oh, she says not here. Okay. Well, hey, some people don't even have that. I know you're grateful though, but I know what you talk about. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could get like an extra plate or something today. I remember those days in the facility. You know what I'm saying? In the cafeteria. They gave me a couple of plates, you know what I mean? So just ask, you shall receive. All right, but thank God that you know what? No matter what, you sober today. You clean today. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you, for real. All right, so I'm gonna start with one of the ideas that I had of how you could go out or how I could go out into the community and help another. And I've done this before in the past, and it was one of the most fulfilling things that I had ever done. Here in Tuscaloosa, um, there is a restaurant downtown, and I won't name the restaurant, but on Thanksgiving Day, they asked for volunteers. And back in the days when I was a young cat, I used to wait tables, part time or whatever. That was something that I really enjoyed doing. So I went to this restaurant, and they asked me to to come on in and fit in and and just find something to do. It was like all volunteer work. So of course, I go to the person who's running the floor, the dining room person, and I ask him if I could just bring food to the table. And he said, yeah, it would be okay. And man, for about 3.5 hours straight, I did nothing but pick up orders from the kitchen and take them to the tables and and feed and give the plates to the people sitting down. And every 30 to 40 minutes the people would rotate out, and then I would go back and get another wave of food. Not by myself. It was a few other waiters and waitresses out there too. But I mean, we had a ball, you know what I mean? And it was a time to get out of self and to know that I was doing something to help another. And at that time in my recovery, that's exactly what I needed. Not saying that I don't need that all the time, but at that particular time, that's what I needed in my life. And it was just a blessing that I was able to have that opportunity to experience that. You know what I'm saying? So come on with your ideas. Hey, good morning, Keisha. Happy Thanksgiving. What we doing this morning is we just shooting out some ideas of how we can get out of self today and get out there and help another person on this Thanksgiving day. She says, good morning and happy Thanksgiving. 5 simple ways to serve. Someone is always in need. That's right. Simple ways to serve. All right, throw me one. Give me a simple way that somebody could serve. Say they don't want to leave the house today. You know what I'm saying? And they're not inviting the person over. Give me a way that they could simply serve someone else. I got one thing, but I want to hear from Keisha first. Another way that I've done it in the past was that I donated like canned goods and food items to like a food bank. I've sure have had my times of taking from the bank. So it felt good to give back to the bank. You know what I mean? To put something in there for someone else to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So all right. Jesus says, drop a meal on the porch and leave and don't let nobody see you. She didn't say all of that. She said, drop a meal on the porch. Yo, that's a good way. But if I was to drop a meal on the porch, I'd drop it and I knock and I run. So they wouldn't be able to see who gave it to them. They just feel like, as it was a blessing. But that's a great idea, Keisha. Thank you for that. Any more? Let's see. Send a cash app to someone in need. Wow, somebody's gonna love you today. That's right. But that's so true. Cause you never know who might just need that little help, that help up. You know what I mean? So um that hand up I meant to say. So yeah, it might be someone out there who needs that cash app. A little 20, $30. You know what I'm saying? To get them through the day. For whatever they might need. Alright? Just a kind gesture might do the trick. And money is always kind. Yep. Right? Let's see. Purchase a gift card. Kisa says purchase a gift card for a family in need. Another good idea. And leave it on the porch. Leave it on a different porch in a mailbox, right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. She's in a giving spirit. She's like that money. That money means a lot. Yep, get straight to the point. Know what I'm saying? Let me see. How about let me see. How about to invite someone over to your crib who's by themselves, who has no other family? Just invite them over, and let them join your family for Thanksgiving. To hang out for a little while. That'd be something nice to do. A nice way to get out of myself. You know, I've never done that, but I've had people over before who didn't have. Well, they had each other. I invited a couple over before, who wasn't cooking that year, and just so happens I had it, so they came over and ate. But that one person who's all by themselves, yeah, that's a good idea. bring them over, let them join you, and let them chill. You know what I'm saying? And have a good day. I'm sure it'll mean a lot to them. All right. Good morning, Greta. All right. She says an uplifting phone call might help. Oh yeah, that's true. Just a phone call. Just to say, hey, happy Thanksgiving. I was thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? What you up to? You know what I mean? So yeah, uplifting phone call. That's right. All right. I got one. How about going out and visiting a nursing home? You know what I'm saying? And sit with some people who uh who might not otherwise have any visitors today. You know what I'm saying? That would be a very uplifting visit, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? And you might be able to get a good meal too while you're visiting. You know what I'm saying? Cause I heard that they get good food in a lot of places. You know what I'm saying, but that would be something nice to do on this day to get out of self. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see what else. Okay. Sick Pizza says invite someone new to join in your podcast. Look, everybody's always invited. You mean someone specific? Um, we're gonna we're gonna start having guests. We're gonna start having those video calls, phone calls. So that time is coming. But they probably this is probably the last thing they want to do on Thanksgiving Day is to come on this podcast and fool around with me, right? Nah, but for real, that might be something, throughout the week. I mentioned, our power to many people. And I see that a lot of people watch our power. They may not be on like right now, but they watch it a lot like later on when they get up. So I mean, we're doing pretty good, but that's a good idea, Keith. So I appreciate that. Hmm. Let's see. Let me see if anybody got. No, I mean we can invite some people to hear you. Oh, okay. I got you. Yes, he says invite some people to our power with yours truly, Smooth Dre, so they could check out the podcast. All right, so y'all do that today. All right, but make sure y'all send a cash app along with it, or invite them over, or send a meal. You know what I'm saying? So it'll make it seem like a better deal for them. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, just tell them to come on through 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. All right, our power. Let's keep building this community. Thanks for that, Keisha. I got you. All right. Y'all heard her. Invite somebody. Call somebody. When y'all make that call to that person today to wish them a happy Thanksgiving, tell them about our power. With yours truly, Smooth Dre. All right? Good idea, Keisha. I appreciate that for real. All right. I got this idea that, good morning, Joanne. I got this idea that almost, I don't know who might agree with this, but there's that one young lady who's a single parent who's struggling a little bit. Why don't you go over and offer to babysit her children for one day? Give her a break today for about 5 hours. Who agree with that? That's something nice, right? Get out of yourself. Go and help out. Let me see what answers I get. Happy Turkey Day, everyone. Join says, same to you. Happy Thanksgiving. We're just talking about some things that we could do today to get out of ourselves to help another person on Thanksgiving. Keisha said, I ain't doing that. I hear you. All right. Keisha said, I'd rather send him $100 cash app to do that. Let him let him pay for a babysitter, huh? I feel you. Nobody don't want to be bothered with no little kids a day, right? Nah, that's not true. Just not people who've already raised children. You know what I'm saying? The empty nest community. Woo, woo, woo. All right. Keisha just joined that community recently. All right. Anything else? Go hand out food to the less fortunate. That's right. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. Go to a food bank, donate some food, hand out food at a soup kitchen, set up a mobile soup kitchen just for the day, hand out some food. Nice gesture. All right. So, how about, let me see, maybe do something for animal shelter. I'm a pet lover now. I got two puppies. So I always like to think about them. Maybe volunteer at a local animal shelter. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes, I have finicky dogs who like certain things, who don't like certain things to eat. So I have like a pile of food that I have, that I've had in the past where I've donated to pet stores, for them to give away to other pet owners who might not otherwise have anything to feed their animals. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about. If you got any food that your pet don't like, or I don't know, just a thought, could donate some food to an animal shelter or a pet store. Some of them take them. Pet Supplies does. I don't know if you have it where you are, but they do where I am. So, all right, let's see. Any other ideas? Okay, let's see. We got time for one more, and then we're gonna get to the delicate letter. How about a virtual fundraiser to raise money for a good cause? I don't know. That's something you could do from home. You know what I'm saying? Take some planning in that, but just a thought. Just a thought. All right, it's time for the delicate letter. Hold on 1 second. Keisha says, headed to the airport. Gotta run, but I love the idea of thinking about animals. I've got so many treats. Hold on. Got so many treats that I've purchased that Fifi won't eat. Have a great day, everyone. You too, Keisha. And have a safe flight and a happy Thanksgiving. All right. Here we go. This week's delicate letter. We're honored to welcome a courageous soul who has entrusted us with their heartfelt letter. As we delve into the words, let's extend our warmest and understanding, creating a space where empathy becomes our guiding compass. All right? So I'm going to read this letter and then we can get into seeing what we can do to help out. All right. She says, I am 45 years old with 3 children and a grandmother of one. I'm a single mother and I find myself in and out of depression. My sleep is greatly affected by my anxiety or whatever emotions are triggered at the moment, are triggering me at the moment. Everything around me feels like it is crumbling. I have mood swings and little motivation. I have little to no interest to do anything. I have undealt with trauma, probably, but I try to not let that affect me. I do have faith in God always, but yet I find myself going through an emotional roller coaster. My concern is I am afraid of becoming a statistic and losing everything and being disconnected from my children. I am at times I at times feel it's spiritual warfare. I don't want to get in my head, so I shut down from people's and things. All right. So I've just read the delicate letter. Um that's a pretty powerful opening. It takes courage to seek advice, and I'm honored to be a part of this journey. You know what I'm saying? Let's allow the writer's words to sink in, and let's consider the nuances and emotions woven into each sentence. And let's keep it 100 with our responses and see what we could do. Let's get in the comment section and give some suggestions or advice or whatever your words of encouragement on this day of Thanksgiving. This day of giving thanks. All right. All right. I think this was before the letter was read. Cecilia says, I'm in need. LOL. All right. It's the time for giving, Cecilia. All right. Let's try to focus on this delicate letter that I've just read. Get some feedback. All right. Well, I'll start. Um, Listening to this letter. First of all, what stands out to me is the undealt with trauma that she says she probably have. And you guys know what I'm about. Um, I always express that I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist, right? But I do know that prayer changes things and that God works through psychologists and psychiatrists. And I also know that trauma, the trauma that I've been through, and the depression that I suffer with, um, and the anxiety that I deal with, um, got a lot better after I sought help. Okay? Now, I know that everyone doesn't have the, let's say, the medical coverage and the benefits. Some people don't have benefits on their jobs and whatever. But I believe that if you seek help through any system, wherever you are, wherever that system is set up, there's a way to get mental health taken care of. Okay, but I would have to seek it first before I would find it because he says, seek and you shall find, right? Ask not, have not. I have not because I ask not, something like that. You know what I'm trying to say. So if I'm going through anything and I don't think that I can like wiggle my way out, I can't figure it out. First of all, I'll go and try to get help. Okay? Um One thing that I've noticed that in my time whenever I was like right there at despair's door, like oh man, I'm like I don't know what I'm going to do. It seems like the world is just crumbling down on top of me. That's when God comes in and he gives me a way. Okay? And it was usually, I mean, it was a way out of no way, like something that I never expected. But it would come right at that time when I thought I was just losing it, and I had no idea where to turn, what I was gonna do, and then all of a sudden, boom, you know what I mean? So that's first from reading this letter. That's the first thing I would do is I would seek out some help. No matter what, I would get to that psychologist, talk to somebody. I would get to that system and try to use it to my advantage. Okay. Because what they did for me is that they gave me something to work on my anxiety, to help me sleep no matter what, and to like deal with situations by talking about it and then giving me different tools to use. Okay? Now, anything else other than that, and there are things that I had to do as well. I could go. I went and got help from others, but then when I looked in the mirror and I looked at myself, I said, "Okay, what could I be doing to help my situation?" And there were several things that I could have been doing, and one of those things for me was um once I did ask for help, I had to be willing to be guided and to listen to the direction that the people who were helping me suggested I go. Okay. And, as you know, my thing was with the alcoholism. Even though I had people helping me, I had a responsibility to look at the situation and see what I could do in order to help myself. And I had to get up and I had to be motivated and I had to do what it took. And I continue to have to do that today because look, letter that delicate letter I just read, I can see myself in some of those those sentences right now, where I have to get up and I have to look in the mirror and look at what I need to be doing to help my situation, because no matter what, I'm going through something. No matter what another person may say, okay, it may not be the same thing, it may not be as bad, or I don't know, but everybody goes through something, and there's always a decision that everybody has to make, and look at their situation and see what they have to do to make things better. We all have issues, but there's always an answer. Prayer's an answer, seeking help is an answer, and getting up and doing what I need to do is also the answer. So I hope that that is helpful to the writer of this letter this week, and I'll look to the board and see if anyone else has anything. Cecilia is leaving. She says, "Have a blessed day, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving." Okay, so it seems like I might be okay. Uplifting. All right. So yeah, so that's how I think. Um, what I think about this letter this morning. It seems like there's some depression in there, which I, like I said, I deal with. And hey, look, I can't say it enough. I've been prescribed some things that really help with that. I mentioned yesterday that a good way to combat that would be to get around other people, like these help self-help groups, other people who may be going through the same thing, you know. But you know what? The bottom line is this too. With everyone that has an issue with anything, okay, deep down, they know what they need to do. Okay? There have been times where, I've been dealing with stuff, and what I needed to do at the time, it would just like get away from me. Like I wouldn't even be thinking about it, because I'd have my mind on one thing so much that what I needed to be doing would just get away from me, and then I'd be like, you know what? I could have been doing this the whole time, but I was thinking about that. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but whatever there was that I was needing to do at the time, you know, um, I just wasn't doing. And I had to realize that I had to get up on my feet and take control and make it happen, because I knew deep down inside what needed to be done. Okay? So um I hope that everything turns out okay, but I think that it starts with going out there and seeking help, sitting in some groups, getting out of the house, if you're isolating, and just getting help, you know, um, and doing what you're supposed to be doing. Look deep down inside, and and look at what you need to be doing right now to help your situation. Because God is here for us all. When I pray, I know He'll fix it, but then there's work that I have to do as well. And I heard you say in the letter, well, I read it, that you have faith in God always, but you said, but you find yourself going through an emotional roller coaster. So that seems to me like you have faith, but then sometimes you lose faith, and then you have faith, and then you lose faith. That's what the emotional roller coaster sounds like to me. And if that's the case, then you're not going through anything that, I don't go through. Back and forth with that, depending on what the situation is. But I just have to stay steady. I have to really believe that the outcome is going to be what it's going to be, but I have to do what I have to do. God is going to do what he does, but I have to look at my situation and say, okay, what is it that I could be doing to help my situation? Okay. And in a nutshell, just finding help, finding a psychologist could take care of like 3 or 4 year things right away. You know what I mean? That emotional roller coaster, the sleep that you're not getting, the anxiety that you're having, the mood swings with little motivation. Come on, I'm telling you, there's help for you with that. And if you don't like the medication, then you can go the holistic route. I always let you guys know about Akemi's blends. you know um AKEMISBLENDS.com. And she has some stuff over there where it could help you out a whole lot too if you go in that holistic route. But if you need help in general, you have to seek it. If you sit in one spot and you're just like, okay, I need help or I don't know what to do, and that's what you're just sitting there and doing nothing, then nothing's gonna happen. And I don't know if that's what you're doing. I'm just saying in general, when I know that I'm going through anything, I gotta shake off that heavy load that I have on me and get free and go out and make something happen. You know, and once I make a move and after I pray, I usually find relief, and I'm sure you will too. You know what I'm saying? Let me look at the board and see if anyone else has anything. Okay. Okay. Joanne says maybe, wait a minute, maybe she should try meditation and segue to therapy. Hey, that's a good idea. I mean, meditation and prayer goes hand in hand. Therapy, yes, you get that through a psychologist. Seeing a psychologist is therapy, and then psychologists can recommend a psychiatrist. You could get certain medications that'll give you motivation, that'll kill that depression. That'll just help you along. God works through these people too. And so I use them because I know that He puts them there for me. Because I'm on a program that really works for me, and I use a psychologist and a psychiatrist. I have no shame in that. You know, so Greta says you gotta stay focused and trust and believe in God. He's not gonna put no more on you than you can bear. Now I've been hearing that all my life, and it has been true all my life. Like I said earlier, just when I felt like I couldn't take no more, or the burden was too heavy, that's just when he would show up, and I would find relief. But I can't just say, God help me in every situation without me doing anything. Okay, some situations I could say, God help me if I want him to change my mood or to change, my thoughts or how I'm feeling. Yeah, I can do that, but then there's always an action that I need to take afterwards. Okay? because I heard this old saying. It says, "Faith without works is dead." Okay, there is no faith if I don't do. If I have faith, then I'm gonna do something. Prayer and meditation is perfect, and to keep believing in God is necessary, no matter what. That undying faith. So we're gonna close with that this week of the delicate letter, and I just want to say, if you're going through anything and you need to submit a delicate letter, just submit it to Smooth Dre 425849 at gmail.com, and I'll read it next Thursday. Okay. So, and to our incredible community of listeners and contributors and seekers, thank you for making Delicate Letter a space of shared stories and collective wisdom. Until we gather again, may the bonds we form continue to grow and strengthen. All right. So we're gonna get back to these ideas, the ideas that we have of being a giving soul on this Thanksgiving Day, what we can do to give back, get out of ourselves. Um, this is fitting. Share uplifting messages. Greta just said it. Wow, uplifting. She said it earlier. Uplifting phone call. I missed that. And I'm just starting to say it. Okay, well, Greta says we all go through something. Good test of our faith. Hold on. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Blessings. All right, some kind words. Um, true words. Yeah. Yeah, we can go back to that. Yeah. The test of faith. I believe in that because some things that I go through, I'm saying to myself, it has to be a test. It has to be a test. You know, but I'll say this. My faith and my spirituality and my spiritual fitness has to be maintained, and strengthened at all time. And I have a routine that I go through that strengthens it on a daily basis. You know, certain people I talk to, certain meetings I go to, I pray every morning. I have a routine, and it seems like it combats a lot of those things that if I weren't doing what I was doing, I would be stressed out a whole lot more. Because when things just come on to me, like those things that just pop up, boom. And then I'm like, man, where did this come from? It seems like the maintenance that I practice on a regular basis combats that stuff. It's like it gives me a head start on anything that might come my way. I'm already ahead of the game per se. So I just keep up a certain routine every day, spiritual routine every day. I go to certain meetings. You know, there are meetings for everyone, not just for alcoholics or overeaters or whatever these other anonymous groups are. There are meetings for everyone, but to have a meeting specifically found for your situation, you could go on the internet and look for them, or better yet, start with a psychologist. That's what I would recommend. There are spiritual groups. I know there's church. For some people, Bible study Wednesdays. Where people get together and fellowship. Anywhere, anything that God is in the midst of, it's gonna be helpful. It's gonna be helpful, and it's gonna change the way that I feel. It's gonna inspire me. It's gonna give me the motivation. It's gonna give me the strength that I need. It's gonna give me everything that I need. But I have to get up and I have to do it. I have to go to it. I have to try to align my will up with His, and go and get what He has for me. As I said earlier, if I sit in one spot and I don't do anything, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. So I have to make things happen. Pray and keep it moving, and go out there and seek Him. You know, um, the therapy that I get is very helpful. Okay, and I do meditate, and I do pray. Each morning I just do certain things that help me out through my whole day. How I start my day, I mean, it's real helpful to how my day, to the outcome of my day. So, any other suggestions? So, I know that a lot of people say that exercise, activity, like doing, just making a routine and including certain things can keep a person out of depression and motivated, and just with the overall better feeling, overall healthy feeling. you know, um, Maybe a hobby or something, something to keep you going, but there's something, whenever there's something going on with me, there's always something that I know that I can do in order to get through it, right? And it always starts with God, but there's work that I have to do. And I can't stress that, getting that professional help, enough, because that's where it's gonna happen, And there's that one thing that you need to do. Go ahead and do it. Procrastination is no one's friend. So get on out there, pull your bootstraps up. You know what I'm saying? And get out there and do what you know you need to do in order to keep this ball rolling for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't just sit. and and just and just give up. Don't do that. Okay? When it seems like the whole world is against you and nothing that you're trying is working, like Greta said, it's just that's just a test of faith, and the more you have faith in the midst of the storm, the faster he'll bring you out. Okay? Just when you're at the most despair, when you're having the most despair, you're feeling that despair the most, that's when he'll bring you out. But if you still calling his name and you still having faith and you still sticking to that program where you put him first and you're really believing um, that he's going to bring you out, then that's what's going to happen. And I'm not saying something that I think, I'm saying something that I know. Okay. Greta says, have a happy Thanksgiving and a blessed day. Same to you, Greta. Enjoy. Yeah, yeah, and then on this day of Thanksgiving, this is a time where, you get with family and friends and loved ones, and this could be that day that could bring you out of whatever you're going through. Go out, get with other family members, and use that as a launching pad into changing your situation. You know, sit down and write down the things that you know that you could do in order to change your situation. Okay? Make a list and be honest with yourself. And when you do that, you start to do those things one thing at a time. Sometimes you do have to change direction. You might be thinking one way and you might be gearing your life toward one thing, but then you might find out that that's not what it's supposed to be right now. You might have to change directions. Do whatever you have to do for your well-being. And you know what? I heard you mention that you have 3 children and they all need you. This has turned into a whole delicate letter thing. Maybe this is what we're going to do in the future. Just stay on the letter, make um the whole episode about the letter. But yeah, those children, they have no idea, um, what you're really going through. And they're not supposed to know. All they see is that mom is making it happen. They don't know how. All they know is that they're eating. You know what I'm saying? And and that's all they need to know. So you got to be strong with whatever you're going through. You have to be strong and you have to find your strength wherever you can, you know, with the Lord first, but then within yourself. Okay? Write that list, make short-term goals and start conquering them. Everything that you write down is attainable. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to do it. And I know it's easier for me to say because I'm not going through what you're going through right now. You could think that or you could even say that, but I am going through what I'm going through. So the things that I'm suggesting for you are the same things that I'm going to use for myself. Okay? Because that's just how life is. We might not have the same things going on, but we both have something going on. You know, that's life. Life is ups and downs. Now, how long I stay down, that's up to me. Okay? That's really up to me and how I'm living. Okay? If I try to keep God first and I have faith even when I'm down or when things are not going the way um, I had planned them or I would like them to go, when I have faith, and then when I realize they're not going and realize I got to make a change and do something, and then I do it in faith, then my situation changes. And it happens just like that, And then when it happens, I tend to forget what I had gone through. It's like it's so far behind me, the problems that I had once I come through, but it's good not to leave that door a little cracked so I could look back to where I don't want to go back to and keep the blueprint on how I made it out of that, you know. So no matter what it is, I had to stay strong. I had to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And from your situation, you definitely have to stay strong and focused for those children, okay? Because they need you, right? And they need you to be happy. They need you to be at peace. They need you to be calm. They need you to be steady. And the mood swings, um, I'm sure the mood swings, if they're severe, they're affecting them. You have to be careful, not to allow anything that you're going through affect them in a negative way. I know it ain't easy, but these are just things that you might want to write down too, okay? And stay focused. Stay focused and do what you know you have to do, okay? And and get that help. Go out there and seek that help because even when God brings you through this, um, that's a good maintenance tool to have a psychologist, you know, um, as one of your contacts in your contact list. I do. Ain't no shame in my game. I do. And when I need them, I call them. Okay. It's private. Nobody knows unless I say it. Nobody would know if I didn't talk about it so much. No one would know that that's what I do. That's one of the tools in my toolbox. You know what I'm saying? But just know that God loves you. He loves us all. And he wants to see us happy, but he wants us to believe in him. And even when we're up and we're doing well, he wants us to praise him and to thank him, you know. And it sounds like you're a God fearing woman, but you just hit a rough spot. And like Greta said earlier, I'll go back to what she said. It's um it's a test of faith, test of faith. Um, okay. Greta also she says, also, everyone has a gift. Acknowledge and focus on your gift. Rather, it's cooking, cleaning, writing, crocheting, knitting, etc. She says, I write. I'm an author of children's books and I stay focused on my gift. Yeah, so, hey, good suggestion. There's a lot of things that you could be doing. So be strong, be strong for your children, and be strong in Jesus' name. I pray. Amen. All right. Well, thank y'all for joining me on this episode of Our Power with yours truly, Smooth Dre. Everyone, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you tomorrow morning, same time, 6 a.m. All right. And then remember, hit that subscribe button, that like, and that share. And yo, and have a beautiful day.